Welcome to 7 mistakes new Call of Duty Vanguard players make. To kick things off at number 1, something you can do from the very beginning is use the right operator. Now, if you didn't know, you can actually rank up your operators inside of Call of Duty Vanguard, but each operator also has proficiencies with different weapons, meaning that if you're trying to level up a specific gun, which in the beginning, all of us are, you need to make sure that you're using the right operator for it. Now, every gun in the game doesn't have their own operator, but 12 out of the, I think, 35 guns there are, have their own operators that actually give them not only passive XP boosts, but big chunks of XP as you level up the operator as well. So it's a major key to make sure that you're paying attention to this. A prime example of this is Halima and the MP40. The MP40 was the first gun I got to level 70, and I used Halima to help me do it. Just by leveling up Halima, which I did passively, I got an extra like 5,000 XP towards my MP40. And considering most of the best attachments are unlocked later, this is something you want to make sure that you're definitely not sleeping on. The second mistake new Vanguard players make is running redundant perks. This is actually a really big deal. So in this game we have Ninja and Dead Silence, and we have a weapon proficiency called Unmarked. Now these all basically do the same thing. Dead Silence does not give you a speed boost like it does in Warzone, so running Ninja and Dead Silence is redundant, and if you were to put on the Unmarked proficiency on your gun, that would be like triple redundant. It would be terrible, is what I'm trying to say. Now what's cool about this is it does make it so that you don't necessarily have to use Ninja. Depending on how frequently you actually want to push somebody with silent footsteps, it might be worth it just to run Dead Silence or even the Unmarked proficiency itself. Of course, they all have slightly different bonuses, but they're basically the same thing. So make sure you're reading everything that you're actually putting onto your class. I know a lot of people are just slapping on the perks that they've used in previous Call of Duties. I mean, heck, that's what I did, and then I unlocked Dead Silence, and I was like, all right, let's get Dead Silence going. And it was a few games before I noticed that I didn't actually get the speed boost and that there literally was no difference. So save yourself the hassle, make sure you're not wasting a slot in your loadout. The third mistake new Vanguard players make is actually not using stims. Stims are definitely the meta right now. I don't know if they'll get nerfed, but from what I've seen, any high level player is using these. I know I myself found it kind of difficult to deal with how low the TTK was, because especially from Warzone, I'm used to being able to ego chow enemies, and in Vanguard without a stim, that's just not an option. I can't tell you how many times a stim has saved my life in this game, not to mention that there's challenges for using a stim and then killing people. The next mistake is actually in the loadout menu as well, and it's using armor. See, I, again, coming from Warzone, was like, oh cool, let me get these plates, and quite frankly, they're kind of useless. They only protect your body anyway, and they really don't seem to do that much, especially because the TTK is so quick. Every time I had the plates equipped, I think maybe once they saved my life, and I got the kill off, but other than that, if you're getting shot from behind, it doesn't matter if you have plates. The whole thing's pretty much chalked anyway. So use that on a better field upgrade. Again though, if you're using Ninja, make sure you're not picking Dead Silence, go with the Jammer or something, but the armor is absolutely useless as of right now, at least from my experience. If you've had a better experience with it, let me know, but from what I've seen right now, it's pretty useless. Now the fifth mistake new Vanguard players make is actually not making a clan. If you have even one friend who will play this game with you or who just owns the game, make a clan and invite them to it. It's actually really simple to do. There's a ton of available names right now, so I highly recommend jumping on this soon, like within the next few hours if possible, because you never know how fast those names go. But you actually get a passive bonus XP boost for playing in a clan, and you get all kinds of unlocks along the way. It is a no-brainer thing that there's no reason not to do. It's super easy. All you gotta do is invite one of your friends and have them join, and if you wind up playing in the same game together, it'll help out even more. The sixth mistake that new Vanguard players make is not using blueprints. I know I did this for most of the leveling up of the MP40. I totally forgot that I had MP40 blueprints. Now the following is only going to apply to people who have finished out their battle pass, but if you have finished out your battle pass, you should have blueprints for the MP40, the STG, the M1 Garand, and the Sten. So again, that's 2 SMGs, the Sten and the MP40. You get 1 AR, and you get one of the TAC rifle or marksman rifles. I think it's a marksman rifle. Again, this is going to be super helpful for those of you who don't have these weapons leveled up, because you need these attachments. The attachments in this game are the biggest deal in the world. It is crazy how much they affect things, and there's a ton of really bad attachments as well. I highly recommend just kind of equipping everything that makes sense to you and then seeing what sticks and seeing what doesn't work. Don't be afraid to change things game to game. But regardless, if you're gonna level up a gun, or if you're gonna use a gun at all, don't use it with no attachments. Grab a blueprint for it, especially if it's one of the ones I mentioned before. And the seventh mistake is actually a gameplay thing. Stop full sprinting everywhere. Look, I get it. I'm coming from Warzone 2. I'm full auto attack, sprint, slide, canceling everywhere. Believe you me, I get it. But the full sprinting in this game is not the move. The TTK is far too fast. You will find yourself just dying over and over, running into the middle. I mean, even if you're not running into the middle of something, if you're just running, somebody will be able to catch you with a couple of extra bullets, and you don't have time to turn on them and kill them like you would in another game. The TTK is pretty quick for the meta weapons. Obviously, we're still trying to figure out exactly what's meta and what's not. I know I personally went through a lot of different builds, leveling up my MP40 to max. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want my MP40 build that I settled on. But seriously, if there's any game to play headies in and to play a little bit slower, it is Vanguard. Even in the blitz mode, you need to play a little more tactful, otherwise you're gonna get railed. All right, and for those of you who made it to the end, I actually have a bonus tip, and this is a sneak peek at one of my loadout videos coming later this week, but I wanted to give it to you here because, well, hey, you made it to the end of the video. So this tip is so far the most helpful thing that I've found in all of Vanguard as far as maximizing kills and minimizing deaths per game. And that is to equip the barrel that makes it so that when you kill somebody, the skull does not show up to your enemies. So if you don't know, in Vanguard, when you kill somebody, there's a big skull icon that shows up right where they died. So if you kill somebody that's at the front of a push, it'll show that there's a skull there, and everyone else behind them now knows, hey, there's a guy around this corner, he's about to kill us. And either they will sit there and pre-aim, or they'll throw a stun because they're not running stims. But if you have the barrel equipped, all of a sudden it doesn't matter, and you can really start taking out 2, 3, 4 enemies at a time. It's really, really useful. It is by far the best tip I have. Maybe that and the stims, but that being said, that is the bonus tip. So those are my 7 mistakes that new Vanguard players make. Did I miss a mistake that you think is super common? Let me know in the comments section down below. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. There will be a ton of Vanguard content coming out, and then after that, I'm really excited about Caldera and the Warzone integration. We got a ton of cool stuff to cover, so make sure you drop a subscription down below for the best of Vanguard. All right, that being said, thank you guys for watching. My name has been Pineapple, and I will see you guys very, very soon with a brand new Vanguard video. All right, peace.